Yes. Hey, I'm Daryl as a service for Regarding 365. Do you find it difficult to keep up with change? It's really a popular topic. You go to conferences, you see how do we keep up with change is a very, very popular question. Now, I want to make a suggestion as we look at some things here about how different people keep up with change. I reckon it would be great if we could have one place to go. But we're going to have a look at some of the existing sources, so let's talk about that. First of all, let's look at some Microsoft sources. We've got blogs. Now they're an authoritative source. People will write up these blogs. There'll be a bit of preparation. People know what's coming in Microsoft. The product groups will align their messages and get it all right. And this is usually around announcements and maybe things that are going to be released today. We've got Twitter, and that's social handles to help amplify those messages. We have the roadmap, which usually follows events like Ignite to let people know what is coming and when, and mapping that out over 6 to 12 months or even longer. There is the message center, which allows us to see what's landing in our tenant. And sometimes it's not so accurate, but generally it's got things that are coming in there. What I'm finding though is that there are things that are missing in the message center that do arrive in the product and that we don't know about until it's there, right? We've got the service health dashboard, which lets us know when services are up or down. It's good, but sometimes it's off the mark there too. Sometimes it's not even for my tenant, and I'll see stuff in there and it's like there has been some reported changes. So sometimes those updates are slow too, right? They need to be filtered through, the wording needs to be right, and Microsoft's accountable for that, so they're going to take a little bit more time to get it right. There's the tech community. This is forum-based. What have you observed and change? People are saying that they see this and that, and there's a discussion going on, which is really the rich stuff, right? The discussion that happens around the content and around the observed changes that we see in Microsoft 365. Now, looking over here at our community sources, we have blogs, thought leaders, people that are observing stuff, things that have been discovered, right? So this is good. We've got our different Twitter handles, and there's some thought leaders, some MVPs out there, people that are reasonably good sources of information. But those Twitter handles are also used for other things. So you're not just going to get updates, you're going to get other things. That's okay, that's okay. And they're using different modes as well. You've got text, picture, video. They might, do presentations and the like, even live streams, for goodness sake. Whoa. There are other social channels too. They might have developed apps for the community. And then we've got our user groups, which are all about discussing the changes as a group on a regular basis. Now, we've got filtered updates, things that need to be framed right because it's their product. And then we've got unfiltered updates. And this is what we found is that sometimes we just need to know what's happened and what's going on. And the community is not too concerned about filtering. They just want to get it out there and say, hey, I've seen this. Are you getting this behavior too? So the fastest way to do that, of course, is our social. Could be Twitter, it could be any other one there. Everything else, helpful. Apps as well might be taking in feeds. But that's probably the quickest way to find out about observed change. Now, what I'm going to suggest is that rather than us having all these different sources as separate things, and we all have our favorites that we follow, and all of these different places that we go to, our RSS feeds and social channels and stuff, still look at those, but there's one way to get this across really quickly, and that is to unify on a hashtag. Whatever channel it is, whatever medium it is, it could be blog posts, could be other sorts of social things. Good thing here is that if we can find a hashtag that we can center on and use all together as a community, then we're going to make it easy to follow and keep up to date with change. And everyone can contribute to it. It's out there in the open, and it means that it's going to be unfiltered, but at least we'll be able to see what's going on and create a conversation around that. So what do you reckon? Good idea? Could it be 365 change? I've asked a question in the tech community, in the change alerts group, and we'll see what the thread comes out with there. But I want to post this video to various different places, share it around, see what others think. The main thing is if we can land on one and a critical enough mass starts to use it, then others will too. And then we'll all start to be able to benefit from that. Even be able to maybe attract Microsoft to be able to start using that same hashtag too. So we get the combination of an authoritative voice. Tell me what you think. Make some suggestions in the responses of all the various different places I'm going to post this. And let's see if we can land on something and start using it, because man, it's really hard to look in all these different places, right? Cheers.